Today, we're going to talk about one of the most famous landmarks on the planet. Seriously, this thing has seen empires rise and fall. It's watched a nation get torn into and then put back together again. This is the incredible story of the Brandenburg Gate.
So when you look at it today, all lit up like this, it just screams unity, right? It's a symbol for a unified Germany, a peaceful Europe. It's the backdrop for huge parties, concerts, New Year's Eve. But here's the thing. This happy-go-lucky vibe is actually a really recent chapter in its long and, honestly, pretty wild history.
So that's the big question, isn't it? How did this one structure go on such an epic journey? To really get it, we have to rewind all the way back to the very beginning, because its original purpose was something else entirely.
Okay, let's head back to the late 18th century. Prussia is this up-and-coming power, and its king has these huge ambitions, not just for his army, but for his capital city, Berlin. He wanted it to be a real cultural hub. So King Frederick William II gets his royal architect on the job to build this grand new entrance to the city. And here's the key detail. Check out its original name, the Friedenstor. That means Peace Gate. It wasn't built to celebrate some bloody war. It was built to mark the restoration of order in the Netherlands, which was a pretty peaceful affair. So right from day one, it was all about peace. And to really hammer home this high-minded idea, the architect, Langhans, he didn't look at military forts for inspiration. Nope, he looked all the way back to ancient Greece. The gate's design is a direct nod to the Propylaea, which was the massive gateway to the Acropolis in Athens. This was totally deliberate. They were trying to say, hey, Berlin is the new Athens on the River Spree, a new center for art, culture, and big ideas. And the cherry on top was this incredible sculpture, the quadriga, a chariot pulled by 4 horses. But get this, the person driving the chariot? Not some warrior. It was Irene, the Greek goddess of peace, and she was holding an olive wreath. Literally every single detail was designed to scream tranquility and cultural achievement.
Well, as you can probably guess, the peace it was built for, it didn't last. The French Revolution was sending shockwaves across Europe, and our peaceful little gate was about to get a very dramatic and very violent makeover. Yep, in 1806, Napoleon's army absolutely steamrolled the Prussians. He marches his victorious troops right through the Brandenburg Gate, and then, in the ultimate power move, he orders the quadriga, that beautiful symbol of peace, to be taken down, packed up, and shipped to Paris as a war trophy.
Oof, you can just feel the humiliation in a picture like this. For 8 long years, the gate just stood there, naked. It was this constant, glaring reminder of Prussia's defeat. Its most important feature had been stolen, and its original message of peace was just gone.
But then, the tables turned. When Napoleon was finally defeated, Prussian forces marched into Paris, and one of the very first things they did was hunt down the quadriga, pack it back up, and send it straight home to Berlin where it belonged. But the statue didn't just come back. It came back changed. The goddess of peace, Irene, got a rebrand. She was now Victoria, the Roman goddess of victory. Her peaceful olive wreath was swapped out for a spear topped with a Prussian iron cross and an eagle. The Peace Gate was now, officially, a triumphal arch. And that transformation from peace to victory, that was just the beginning. The 20th century was about to force the gate into a brand new and much darker role, a symbol of a world literally torn into 2.
I mean, the next few decades were just brutal. After World War I, the gate was caught in the middle of street fighting. Then the Nazis took it over, using it as this powerful backdrop for their torchlight parades, making it a symbol of their regime. And then, of course, World War II left it completely battered and scarred.
Just look at this photo from 1945. The entire square around it is rubble, but the gate is still standing. It survived, but the world it knew was gone. And where it was located in the post-war world, well, that would become its curse.
So, the new dividing lines of the Cold War were drawn right at its doorstep. The Brandenburg Gate was now technically in the Soviet sector, but it looked right out into the British sector, into West Berlin. For a while, you could still pass through it, but it was sitting on a very, very tense fault line.
And then, literally overnight, on August 13th, 1961, everything changed. The Berlin Wall went up, a concrete barrier running directly in front of the gate's western side. It was sealed off, bricked up, trapped in a no-man's land, completely cut off from the world.
It went from a symbol of peace to victory, and now it was the ultimate symbol of the Iron Curtain. For people in West Berlin, it was this thing they could see but never reach, a constant, frustrating reminder of the division. And for people in the East, it was a landmark in their own capital that they were forbidden to go near.
But after 28 years of silence, of being this monument to isolation, the gate was about to witness the most famous and most joyful moment in its entire history.
This is it. This is the moment. November 9th, 1989. The Berlin Wall is coming down, and crowds are just flooding towards the gate. People are climbing on top of the wall, they're dancing, they're celebrating, and the Brandenburg Gate is right there, this silent, powerful witness to it all. It wasn't a symbol of division anymore, it was the backdrop for a reunion.
And after that incredible night, things moved fast. Just a little over a month later, the crossing at the gate was officially reopened, and less than a year after that, Germany was officially one country again. The gate had finally completed its unbelievable transformation.
And today, the gate is finally living up to its original name, the Peace Gate. It's a place for pure public joy. It's where Germans celebrated their World Cup victory, where huge crowds gather for freedom festivals, and where millions ring in the new year. It has, at long last, been given back to the people.
So, you see, from a monument to peace, to a prize of war, a symbol of division, and finally, a beacon of unity, the story of the Brandenburg Gate really is the story of Berlin, of Germany, and of modern Europe. It really makes you wonder, what's the next chapter of history it's going to see?